Hello. Excuse the mess. I've got some kind of kindergarten science experiment or something going on back here. And excuse my appearance. I um I don't know. I usually have all kinds of chaos going on, and today I don't. Um I do have COVID. So I kind of look like garbage, but I have the opportunity to make this video for you today. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to talk about cloth diapers. Um, if you're like me, you may have started out looking and researching and finding yourself a little bit skeptical about the cost and is it worth it. You may be overwhelmed with all the different kinds of cloth diapers that there are out there. I had no idea that there were so many different kinds of cloth diapers until I started all of this research about 6 months before our last child was born. So I always used disposables with our other kids, but this last one in this economy, Lord, with this economy, I was like, I don't know how we're going to afford all this crap. So I started looking into cloth diapers, and I feel like I have a pretty good idea about all of them now. So there's a lot of different reasons that people might cloth diaper. For me, the number one reason was cost, but I also like the idea of all the disposable diapers not going into a landfill and not having a bunch of synthetic materials that are full of chemicals on my baby 24/7. But again, like I said, my primary priority is cost. So if your primary priority is the chemicals and other things, we'll get into a little bit of that later, because finding 100% all natural materials for cloth diapering that actually work can be a little bit difficult. Not to say that it can't be done, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult. First, I just want to go over cost. So there's a lot of different types of cloth diapers. And again, that's the purpose of this video. I want to show you some of those different types. I wish that I was able to find something like this when I was looking into all of these. But so there's lots of different price points. But if you consider disposable diapers, if the average kid wears their diapers for 2.5 years, which, I mean, some kids may be wearing diapers until they're 4 or 5 years old. But if we just go with the 2.5 mark, you're going to spend on average $2,300 to $2,800 during that time on diapers. And that's if you get lucky. That's if you have like a Sam's Club membership or Costco or something, spending 25 cents a diaper. So you're going to be able to spend that money over time when you're doing disposables. So the upfront cost of cloth diapering it's more of an investment, but you are definitely spending a lot less money over the course of that 2.5+ years. So the first thing that I wanted to talk to you all about was all-in-one systems. Now, these are probably gonna be about the most expensive option that you can get if you're doing this for the entirety of your cloth journey, because most all-in-ones, they're gonna be sized. Like this little guy here is a newborn size. These were convenient for the newborn stages, but I don't necessarily recommend that you get like a ton of newborn cloth diapers because they grow out of them super, super quickly. But they are super convenient. These are like easy peasy for, dads, daycares, all the things, all the waking up in the middle of the night changes and all that. I have to say my favorite of my little newborn all-in-ones was this Grovia all-in-one. It fit her so good when she was tiny, but again, she grew out of it super fast. Now, the cool thing is, though, you do have these rise snaps. You can make it smaller. It came down really nice when she had that little umbilical cord stump and all of that. Super cute, but these are gonna cost you, if you're doing all-in-ones, you're gonna easily spend like $750 to even like $2,000. So at that point, you're not saving a ton of money. I mean, you could still save a few $100s if you're doing all-in-ones, but I wouldn't make this, I mean, personally, I would not make this my entire stash. I kind of like having a few of them on hand just because they're super convenient, like I said, and they're great for like dad, but they do cost more. So with that all-in-one, again, you have your outer waterproof portion, which is made out of like a laminated fabric. It's usually called like PUL or TPU. And that's the waterproof part. And then you've got, like with this, you've got like this nice absorbent lining. You've got this little flappy for some added absorbency. These do take a little bit longer to dry. But that's the purpose of the little flappy thing. Like if this was all sewn in together, that would really take a long time to dry. But super nice. I do like them, but they are expensive. Then the next thing would be, well, I'll go ahead and show you covers and flats or pre-folds. Now this is going to be like your cheapest option. Because the neat thing with covers and doing this system is if you have 360 absorbency, like this is a plain old regular old school cloth diaper, like big giant piece of cotton fabric, and there's lots of different folds you can do. There's tons of videos about that on YouTube, so I'm not going to go into all the different ways to fold that. But there's a lot of different ways you can do that. But when you do, you've got 360 absorbency. You've got a diaper wrapped all the way around baby. So whenever they pee or poop, you're not getting that on your cover for the most part. I mean, you're going to get a little pee on there, but it's easy for you to just wipe that down with a wipe, set it to dry for a little while, and put a different cover on them. And then next time you change their diaper, this is completely dry and you put it back on. So you can just use like maybe 2-3 covers in a day, as long as you don't get poop on them. If you get poop on them, then you're going to need to wash that, like actually wash it before you put that back on baby. But so for my figures for the price of this, I'm figuring half as many covers to inserts or covers to diapers, because you're not going to have to change that every single time that they go to the bathroom. And that's just to be on the safe side. Again, you could really probably get by with 2 or 3 covers per day if everything goes okay, but I like to have more. So with covers and flats or pre-folds, you could spend like $200 on an entire stash for your baby's entirety of being in diapers. I mean, you can make that can cost more, that can cost maybe a little less. My figures are based off of, if you're washing every other day, then you would need about 24 to 30 diapers per wash, because you're going to take half your diapers and wash them one day while you're using the other half. And so anyways, you're going to need 24 to 30 diapers. But if you're doing covers and flats, then you need like 12 covers maybe, and 24 to 30 actual diapers. Again, this is called a flat diaper, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about with a pre-fold. This is a pre-fold. A pre-fold has this absorbent strip in the middle. It's got like you know, several layers of fabric in that part where you're going to need the most absorbency. And then this part here is a little bit thinner. These are super easy because you don't have to know how to do all those fancy folds. You just you basically fold it like this. I can't show you really how that goes very well. You're going to open the back and okay, it's really easier when you're not trying to hold it up to the camera. It's really like boom, boom, boom. Anyway, there's your diaper, and then you, of course, would put your cover on the top. So that's a pre-fold. Pre-folds are pretty convenient, but flats are generally a little bit cheaper. The next thing I want to talk about is pockets with inserts. These, I mean, from what I can tell in the cloth diaper community, these are probably the most common because they are easy and they're relatively cheap. Again, they're not going to be as cheap as doing flats or pre-folds and covers because you are going to need a whole diaper for every time. Like when they go in one of these, just like with the all-in-ones, you're going to have to wash the whole thing. But here's what a pocket is. So basically we've got this outer cover, and then it has a pocket for you to put your absorbency in. Now, these particular, like, pocket diapers, you can customize them. You can make them whatever you want. You can stuff whatever you want in this pocket, basically. But, like, generally, people are going to get something like this, an insert. It's got, like, multiple layers sewn into it. You can get a variety of different types of material for that. The cheapest and what most, like, cheaper pocket diapers are going to come with will be, like, a microfiber type insert. Some of them will say that they're charcoal bamboo or something like that, but really the inside of a charcoal bamboo insert is it's microfiber and it's covered with maybe a bamboo material on the outside. But microfiber inserts are not really recommended. They're just cheap and easy for the manufacturer to send with you. But, I mean, and they work fine whenever, like, your baby is smaller and they're not going as much. They absorb pretty quick, but they're also prone to compression leaks. Compression leaks mean that the weight of your baby or pressure, like if you go sit them down, like it's going to squeeze out, like if you squeezed a washcloth, but worse because it's microfiber. Anyway, this is microfiber. This is an example of a microfiber insert. And you can see like the difference in the materials of these. Like this one is, I can't remember, but it's like cotton, bamboo and hemp or something, or maybe it's just cotton and bamboo. I don't remember, but it's like more, you know, natural fabrics versus microfiber, which is not a natural fabric. And you also never want to have a microfiber insert next to baby's skin. That can dry their skin out. It can cause irritation. That's just not something you want to do. You want to always make sure that you've got that inside of a pocket. Now, there's all different kinds of pockets. Like this one has what's called like athletic wicking jersey. It's basically a jersey material, and this is super popular. That helps the baby feel more dry when they go, because the fluid goes through that layer to your absorbent material, and then it stays relatively dry in comparison. Then you've also got some that have like micro fleece or suede on the inside. Same concept, stays a little bit drier than having like just cotton sitting next to your baby's skin. But if you're worried about synthetic materials being next to baby's skin, then you're going to want something more like the old school cotton cloth diaper and a cover. Okay. So anyway, about the cost of pocket diapers. Like if you get good pockets like the one I showed you, this to me, this is one of my favorites. My favorites. This one is a Redwood Cloth Company diaper. And the elastic on it is just so, it's so good. Super stretchy. It's got this tummy panel in the front where when baby pees, it's not leaking out of the diaper. And then it's got the athletic wicking jersey lining. The material is so soft and silky, and that's the difference, the main difference to me in the cheaper pocket diapers versus like a more quality pocket diaper is that material. Like I've got some cheaper ones, got a few cheaper, like we've got this is a Nora's Nursery. It's a cheaper option. We've got, my baby's crying. I've got mamakoala. Now, mamakoala is not too bad on the fabric itself. Like, I'm really, out of all my cheaper pockets, I really like them. But then you've got like Alva Baby, which a lot of people recommend. And they are super affordable. Like you can get them very affordably, but they're not my favorite. And I'm really, Nora's costs a lot more than Alva. Not a lot more, but a little more. But to me, they're comparable. So I would actually probably get the Alvas over the Nora's because the quality is about the same and the price of Alvas are cheaper. Anyway, so you've got a range there. If you're going to get the better pockets with better inserts, you could probably spend around, $600. Hold on, my baby's crying.